Hello everyone, my name is Pukar Dhital. I'm an English instructor and today we'll be covering Grade 7 English. We'll be going through the chapter Games and Sports. So let's begin the class.
So let's begin our chapter today, games and sports. So let me ask you a few questions. What is game to you? What do you think about game? What do you think about game? Or let's say, what is game to you? Simple as that, okay? And also, what games do you play? Can you list the games you played? List the games you played, right? You can list the games that you played, and you can discuss with your friends why you like a particular game, all right? Discuss with your friend why you like a particular game. Now, this is just a group discussion, all right? In your class, you can just talk over these topics. Now, what do you think about game? What is your opinion about the game? Okay, just share your opinion about a game. You don't have to write anything else. Just take some 10 minutes time to talk to your friends. Just talk naturally, talk normally, all right? And of course, you should be talking in English. And what games do you play? All right, or let's say you can just down those games or list the games you played and discuss with your friend why you like a particular game. If you like football, for instance, talk to your friend, why do you like football? All right, reason with your friend. Or if you like cricket, why do you like cricket? Or maybe some of you like kabaddi. Why do you like kabaddi? What is it that pulls you toward kabaddi? That makes you say that, yes, I like kabaddi. And moving further, I want to show you one picture here, okay? Just tell me, okay, here you go. What do you think about this particular picture? What do you think people are doing here? What do you think these three people you see in this picture, they are doing? And what do you think they're cycling here? I just want you to explain the pictures. You don't have to write anything. You just observe the picture and explain it. And do you consider it a game or a sport? Do you love cycling, as a matter of fact? So I just want you to observe the picture and talk and just say what these people are doing here and why they are doing it. Okay, you can just say what these people are doing here. Just two questions to bear in mind. Okay, what these people are doing. What these people are doing. Again, you're talking here, right? It's more like a discussion class. And secondarily, why do you think they're doing it? Why they are doing it? All right, it's just about your observation. Simple as that. Observe and explain the picture. See, again, you can take around 5 to 10 minutes time to observe the picture, and you can explain it in front of the class, or you can talk about the picture with your friends. Now, let's go forward again. Now, here I have this list of words here, all right? Here are the words, and its meaning are given on the right-hand side of this column, okay? So, now all these words are taken from the passage which I'm about to read now, okay? So, let's first try to understand what these words mean. Like, for instance, flutter. It means to move lightly and quickly. Drone, a continuous low noise. Blaring, loud and unpleasant noise. Dignitaries, important persons. Gloomy, nearly dark. Sprinter, fast runner. Chanting, shouting. Slogan, a word or phrase that is easy to remember and used for advertising. Hush, a silent moment. Participants, people who take part. Considerable, great in amount or size. Frenzied, emotional. Nonetheless, despite this fact. Fate, luck. Announced, tell people something difficult. Tremendous, hues. Now, like I've told you already, all these words which I've just read, they're all taken from the passage here, all right? All these words you see here, they're all taken from the passage which I'm about to read, and on this side, you can see its meaning here on this side, okay? So let's begin the passage without any delay, okay? Spots meet. It was spring. The weather was cool and pleasant. Colorful flags were fluttering from the flagpoles. One could hear the drone of people sitting around expectantly for the event to begin. All of us were standing with our hearts thumping. It was the opening of the annual sports day in our school. I'm always excited about the sports day, and this year was going to be special. I knew it in my heart. Our house was going to win the sports cup for sure. We were at 560 points, and the nearest house was at 540 points. The results for 60 points were going to be decided today. The day started with beating of the drums and bugles and blaring. First, all the students paraded the guests and dignitaries. Then there was a demonstration of some group physical exercises. We even had a cultural dance and a group song. But I was not interested in any of them. I waited impatiently for the competitive events to start. We had 6 events left: 100 meter, 200 meter, 400 meter, 4 times 100 meter relay, 4 times 200 meter relay, and 4 times 400 meter relay finals. 10 points were awarded to the winner, 6 to the second place, and 4 to the third place. Finally, the races started. The first 2 events were 400 meter and 200 meter races. Both were won by the house that was second. We only managed to get third in one and were disqualified from the other. Now the points stood 564 and 560. That was bad. All the students from our house looked gloomy and down. Then the 2 relays were conducted, 4 times 200 meter and 4 times 400 meter. We managed to win one of them and came third in the other one. The house that was following us managed to get second position in both the events. Now the scores were 580 and 572. That was too close for comfort. The other house had a very good sprinter for 100 meter race. Things were looking bad. As expected, the other house won the 100 meter race and we could come only fourth. Now the score stood at 582 and 580 respectively. The students from the other house started singing songs and chanting slogans. It was getting unbearable. I could feel my eyes burning. If I could, I would have sat down and cried, but there was one more event that it would be the deciding race. Everyone was aware of this and everyone was expectant. There seemed to be a hush before the event. It was like the calm before the storm. The participants were called for the 4 times 100 meter relay. We shouted as loud as we could to support our team members. We had made a silly song about winning the tournament and rubbing shoe polish on the faces of the losers, which was assumed to be the other house. The air was full of chants of support as it got more and more electrified. Then the participants were lined up in their starting positions. A sports teacher raised the starting gun and bang! The race started. The other house had kept their best runner in the first leg and soon they were leading with a considerable distance. My heart was in my mouth. Now it was the second set of runners. Our house gained a little. The frenzied crowd shouting as if there was no tomorrow. When the third set of runners reached the final leg, our house was about 3 meters behind the leading runner. Then the final leg of the relay started. Slowly our runner gained on the other house. The final 100 meters seemed to take forever. It was as if the whole event was captured in slow motion. 50 meters to go, now 30, now 10. Both the runners were absolutely abreast now. Then it was over. We're not sure who had won because it seemed that both the runners touched the ribbon at the same time. Nonetheless, we were shouting our heads off. It looked as if the fate of the race would be decided by how you could shout. Our sports teacher got hold of the microphone and announced the winner. A tremendous burst of sound rose from our end of the ground. Arms flayed and shirts and shoes flew up in the air. It was a moment to cherish. It was the taste of victory. So now that we've read the passes, okay, there's one more thing I'd like to introduce to you. It will help you. Now we just had gone through word and its meaning, right? But to help you in your vocabulary, I'm going to teach you what we call a vocabulary word, okay? So how you can build up your vocabulary. For instance, now let's say, for example, of course, every time you have problem with any specific word in the passes, make sure you always have dictionary by your side. And hopefully, good news, these days we even have an online dictionary in our mobile phone, all right? So you can very well utilize it to build up your vocabulary because you see, vocabulary is very necessary if you want to improve your English. Now, let's say when we read the passes, there was this word called, so let me take the word. So we write here word, and the word was abreast. Abreast. Of course, you got to find its meaning then in the dictionary, and I'm sure you all know how to look at the words in the dictionary, how to find words from the dictionary. Now, if you look at the dictionary, its dictionary meaning will be side by side and facing forward. All right, side by side and facing forward. And it's part of the speech. Now you'll find the part of speech always next to the word, and it's always given in the dictionary, all right, would be adjective. In certain cases, it could be adverb as well. All right, word, meaning, and remember all these things you find it right in the dictionary. You can find word from the passage, meaning in the dictionary, part of a speech in the dictionary. Now what we do is we find the word in the passage, from where in the passage we got the word from. Okay, so for that we go sentence from the book. Now we write the very word how it's used in the sentence and in the passage. Okay, so if you look at the passage, in second last paragraph, you'll find that word. All right, so let's copy, and we copy the very sentence where this word is used. That's why it's sentence from the book. All right, and now here we write both the runners. Now it's from the passage. Don't forget that. Both the runners were absolutely abreast now. See, this is something we got from the passage, and now we write sentence of my own, where we make, see, now we know the word, now we know its meaning, we even know the part of a speech which is there always in the dictionary. All right, and now we also know how the word is used in the sentence. See, both the runners were absolutely abreast now. Now we are writing sentence of my own. So maybe you can take, before you see my sentence, how about you make a sentence of your own in the class? Now you can take a couple of minutes time to write this particular sentence. Now once you're done, let's write sentence of my own. Now I'm going to write the fleet of warships were harbored abreast at the Goa harbor. The fleet of warships were harbored abreast at the Goa harbor. So if you follow this format, it will help you tremendously to improve your vocabulary. All right. So and of course you can have your personal diary, and whenever you read anything in English, whether it's newspaper, magazines, articles, or any novels, or be it from your English book, whenever you come across any word, you can quickly note the word down, find its meaning, and follow this very format to improve your vocabulary. Now let's move further. So just read the passage. Now look at this. Choose the best answer from the choice given and tick to see if you have understood the passage. Rather, when you tick the passage, what you can do is you can rather tick the passage like this. Okay. So now the event was, after reading the passage, what do you think the event was all about? We just ticked the correct option. Simple as that. Don't you think the event was? Let me do some for you. At least I'll be doing a couple of questions to you. The event was, maybe you could take a time, 10 seconds time to give the answer to this question. The event was Sports Day. Okay, let's move on to the next question. The house of the narrator was winning by. Again, you got to go back. Okay, just to check this, here's this E missing here. Okay, which I filled up with my pen. Okay, the house of the narrator was winning by. Again, you'll have to read the passage to tick the correct answer. Well, that is again, okay, let me help you one more time. Maybe you can take 10 seconds time and give me the correct answer. Yes, the house of the narrator, initially, before the race began, they were leading by, or they were winning by 20 points. Okay, so here, this is the answer. Okay, let's move further. By the starting point of the final race, now you can do this in the classroom. Okay, so by the starting point of the final race, the narrator's house was winning, the other house was winning, both the house had equal points, or both the houses were not leading the score. Again, you'll have to figure out the correct answer. Now, why was there a horse before the final race? So maybe you can also take this note home, and you know what? You can do the rest at home as a homework. You just take the correct answer. Okay? Now, why was there a horse before the final race? Again, you'll have to figure out the correct option. A storm was coming, the sports day was over, everyone wanted the day to end, everyone was waiting for the final event to start. Who won the race in the end? The narrator's house, the other house that was following them, both got equal points and were declared joint winners. A different house won the race. To get the answers, you'll have to read the passage. Don't forget that, okay? Okay, so today we have read the passage. I've told you and instructed you how you can build up your vocabulary, all right? So, of course, as a homework, you can complete the question, all right, where you can choose the best answer, from the, see, as a homework, what you can do is, you can do those objective questions, where you choose the best answer, and of course, you can always use those vocabulary words, all right? So maybe you can at least figure out several many words from the passage or whose meaning you do not know and use that format to build up your vocabulary. So you can at least go for 5 to 10 vocabulary words from this passage, okay? So this, you can do this as a homework. So if you have any queries, you can feel free to email us at learning@deerwalk.edu.np. Thank you so much.